The series Strike Back is a retelling of Series 3 and 4. At the beginning of the series, we are shown Zimbabwe, Harare. There has been an assassination attempt on the president by an English soldier, Masuku. He used to work for British intelligence and has now been detained and imprisoned. In the agency, Michigan, 6 began problems because it is their soldier, and now there may be problems and questions to the English government. Joe is given the task to sneak into the prison and kill Masuku so that no doubts will fall on the English government. Joe disguises himself as a jewelry buyer and goes to the dangerous area of Harare to buy diamonds. But he is arrested there, and he is imprisoned by Masuke. He is beaten and forced to fight against other people in the prison. The prison guards bully and abuse their charges. Joe lies down on a vacant bed, but at night a boy who sleeps downstairs is attacked by big men and tries to rape him. Joe saves the boy and the guards come running. In the morning, they take him to a fight so that the guards would bet money on him. He fights and wins the fight, but before that, he made a deal with the guard that he would bet on him and he would win. The guard has made money, and now he trusts Joe. Joe asks him to take care of the boy who was raped in the night, and the guard agrees. In the morning, Joe says he's ready to fight again, and everyone gathers downstairs to watch. But Joe doesn't go to the fight. He steals the keys and takes Masuku with him. They hide in the basement because Joe has a map of the old prison. There should have been a car under the prison, but it wasn't there, because the secret agent was discovered, and now he and Masuku have to get out on their own. Joe breaks into the car, and they quickly speed away from the prison. As they drive off, they are shot at. They hear on the radio that criminals have escaped and now all roads need to be blocked off. They run into the woods and Joe is supposed to kill Masuku, but he says he's being set up, and that he too worked for MI16 and said that he too would be betrayed. And Joe remembers his partner who killed friends of comrades in the battle in Iraq. Joe didn't kill Masuku. They were being chased by the police, running through the mountains, with the military running after them. When they were hiding in the bushes, they saw an African girl outside a house being raped by bandits. Joe decides to save the girl. Masuku, together with Joe, kills the criminals. Then it turns out that there are many children in the house and they all have AIDS. Across the river, there are bandits who steal children as a cover. They offer refugees shelter, and they take their money and kill them. And the sister woman who lives in the house with the children can't do anything. And they can't leave because the bandits have 2 children hostage. Then Joe and Masuku decide to save the children so that the sister and her children can leave the house and live freely. But Masuku is shot. He can't go with Joe, and then he goes to rescue the children from the bandits. Joe takes a gun and rescues the kids. He is shot, and the bullet hits him in the stomach. Meanwhile, at the intelligence agency, they find out who the traitor is and who recruited Masuku. Joe saves the kids, and his sister heals them, and then the sister and the kids leave that house because they are now free. Joe and Masuku stay in the house waiting for the military to kill them. The battle begins, and Joe and Masuku win, as MI16 comes to their aid. Joe does not kill Masuku, but tells his leader that he died in the river. They fly home, where Joe learns that his daughter is terminally ill after an operation. She will not live long. Joe cries. Then his co-worker comes to Joe and asks him what happened in Iraq, then why they stopped being friends with their supervisor. This is the end of the episode. Don't forget to subscribe and put a bell.